Hey everybody, David here from Team Ultra Instinct bringing you a Xeno Goku deck profile today. I know we've done it in the past, but I have updated it, and it is still one of my favorite decks to this day. I'm hoping he gets more support as time goes on. But yeah, so here's the deck profile. I'm going to fly by a few cards and then explain a few cards. But just so people know what the leader does, this leader is when this card attack, or it's a burst 3 leader. When it attacks, add up to one card from your life to your hand, then draw one card. So you don't have to take the life, but typically I am taking the life. You're trying to turbo awaken and basically be awakened by turn 2. Standard 4 or less life awakening, untap one, draw one leader. My favorite part about this leader is how it refuels for Overrealm. Awakened side is SS4 Son Goku, Guardian of History. Inherent double strike, so he always has that. His permanent's probably my favorite part about the card, is during your turn, this card gets plus 5k power for every 8 black battle cards in your warp. So specifically battle cards, keep that in mind. But I've gotten my leader to a 30k base before. I mean, it just depends on how the game's going. Sometimes if it gets drawn out, you just end up having a bigger and bigger leader, so you're just swinging 30k double strikes. So they either negate it or have to out combo a lot more. Or block, of course. And then my second favorite part about this is the activate main. So it's place up to 4 black battle cards from your warp in the drop area, then you draw one card. And to me, that's always nice. I mean, you're getting Overrealm fairly consistently with this. Haven't had a time where I haven't been able to Overrealm twice, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, it's been a really great leader to me. I love the deck. It's actually pretty good right now. It's a black deck, so black's in a weak point right now in the game. But very fun leader. Hope you guys enjoy the deck profile as I go through it. So Z deck we're gonna start out with. We're running 2 of the SSB Vegeta promos. It's just there for Self Awakening. That's literally all it is. I actually have one pulled out in another deck right now. Forgot to grab it. But then we have 2 of the Demigra. I'm only running this because there's no other black Z battle cards that are like better to run right now, except for the new one that came out for the deck. But even then, it's not enough to fill up the deck, and I'm not gonna run 3 of these Vegetas because I've had a situation where he's popped up once. I mean, he comes up until something better comes out. This is easily the most replaceable card in the Z deck. But if you Overrealm or Dark Overrealm or play a black battle card from your warp, you draw a card and then you warp 6 or less on their side of the field. So he's okay. The 3 on the Zenkai energy cost is a lot, and him not having deflect or barrier, it's just brutal. It's brutal. This is easily the worst card in the Z deck. This is my favorite card in the Z deck, though. This is what made the deck so good again. So he fuels up your grave a little bit, so your discard pile will get filled up. So he's a critical, only costs you 1 Z energy, which is the fantastic part about this card. So he's a burst 3. If your leader card is a black Son Goku Xeno only card, which it is, and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, which you'll be able to do easily. When this card is played, add up to 1 black unison with no specified cost and 10k power less from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. If you have the unison in your hand, it's just funny to kind of put them back in the deck and then just grab the unison, so it really doesn't cost you any card from your hand. I usually like playing him just for the crit pressure, because his activate main is for every 7 black battle cards in your warp. This card gets plus 5k power, so it kind of reciprocates the leader a little bit. But card puts in a lot of pressure. I've gotten him to 30k base before as well. It's kind of funny just swinging huge 2-drop crits at them. But I run 3 in the deck. It's been great at 3. I mean, I could run it at 4 and maybe drop a Demigra down. I've thought about it. But 3, I haven't really needed more than 3, to be honest. It's hard to play more than that because, I mean, you only have so much deck, you know. But that was the Z deck. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But that Z battle card Goku, that thing was great for the deck. So this is the unison we're playing. It makes sense to run this. This is what we're grabbing off that Goku. He's what gives you Wormhole and allows you to Overwhelm twice per turn, and this is what makes the deck go crazy. So he refills your drop, allows you to get Overwhelm. Sometimes you get the -3 off, but typically you're just doing the +1 to place 2 black battle cards from your warp in the drop area. But this is the unison you're playing. I typically play it on turn 2. So usually my awakening turn is when I play him. Sometimes it depends. If there's slow matchup, I'll play him as a turn 1, just so I don't have to worry about paying 1 for him later on. But he's been great. man, that he puts in so much work. If he gets removed, I mean, you just play another Goku and search one out from your deck. It's not a big deal. I don't typically keep him in my starting hand either, unless I have like no other turn one in my starting hand. I'll keep it, but other than that, I typically won't. But we're running 4 of those, as expected. Sorry, the 1 SR over my 3 SPRs. But hopefully that makes sense why we're running 4. I mean, he's the unison that we need. I'm not even going to explain these cards. This is just for the free plays and combo power. 4 Kais. So, for these, like I said, I'm not going to go over every single decision. For the Vegetas, once again, just free plays off your bursts and whatever other mills you have in the deck. I have the Unison. I've actually had, so the Unison, just to point that out, the Unison to do his wormholes, burst 1, I've had it come up where it free plays something. It's great. I've done it more than once. It's fantastic. Then we have 4 of the Trunks. Not going to explain that. He's actually great for the self-awakening part, so this is what typically gets you to awaken turn 2 really consistently. So 4 of him. So then, sorry for the different arts here. We have 2 of this Gogeta. It's weird. This card is probably the weakest card in the deck. I've had him pop up, and I've had him kind of be a dead card in hand at times, so I usually just charge him or combo him. The problem I have is I know it's relevant in some matchups, so maybe I just move it to the sideboard. Card is great, just paying for it's the little rough part. I've had it take games for me when, they tap out or something, but you just have to be mindful when you're playing it. So if you're building this deck, my card is a 60 card deck, just so you know. This could easily be swapped out for something. So if you're trying to build this deck, this is one thing that could be swapped out if you don't want to run it. So 2 of those. This card's actually really good. I know as of recent, the card shot up in price. I don't know what its price is anymore. It used to be around $10, $20, and it was a $4 card at one point. I'm not sure what it is right now. But I'm running 3 of this guy. He's actually really good. I mean, if you don't have the ability to set up for a second overwhelm somehow in your turn off of both the Unison and your leader, and let's say you only were able to do it off the Unison first, your leader will set back up for him. He's a great card. So he's Overwhelm 4, and when this card is played using Overwhelm, you draw a card and he gains 5k for the turn. So a 25k body that draws you a card, so it replaces himself. Really good. I would recommend keeping that at 3. I play it a lot. This card, I've thought about bumping it up to 3, but I think at 2 it's fine. This is the Dark Broly Overwhelm from set 18. So you can play him for the Overwhelm 6, and when he's played, you can warp a card, or you can pay 2 and play him from your warp. I often play him from my warp. Great card. Puts in a lot of work. This is probably one of the better cards in the deck. Not the best card in the deck, but one of the better ones. I've been back and forth on this card, but I think I'm going to keep it. Definitely at 3. I've thought about dropping it to 2. But I've had times where he comes up more and more. I've been playing the deck a lot more, and at first I thought he was the worst card in the deck. Now he's just kind of like, not one of the best cards in the deck. He's okay. It's just, you need him. Sometimes you just need him to push through and get more overwhelm power, or the ability to play him from your warp and have a dual attack. This is the set 16 Trunks. And yeah, so when he attacks, he puts 3 black battle cards back in your drop area. And he's a dual attacker, so he can do it twice. If he gets removed, though, he's removed from the game. Keep that in mind. And he can only be played from your warp by paying 2 black specified. And if you have 8 or more black cards... Wait, I think it's just 8 or more cards in your warp, actually. Yep, 8 or more cards. Sorry, I thought it was black cards. Good card, though. And then, as a given, we're running 4 of these Gokus. Sorry, 1 different art. But, yeah, it puts in a lot of work. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. It's a given. Card's been fantastic since it came out. And, I really don't have much more to add. The card's just great. Then I am running, I believe, 3 of these. Yep. This is the Feigned Greeting Vegeta. Sorry, it's my Gen Con art, so if he's not recognizable. Standard Overwhelm, make him warp a card from their hand. Great. Puts in a lot of work. 30k pressure. It's nice when you can set up 2 30k Overwhelms in a turn, because you're, putting in a 30k, then a 30k. I mean, they're huge attacks to put through. So this one I've thought about putting up to 4, or also including the Revive Ravager Vegeta. He's not in my deck. But Trunks puts in a lot of work. I mean, if you have a card to warp from your hand, this is either the best card to warp, and this is the second best card to warp. So, draw 2, warp 1 when he's overwhelmed. So, I'm debating. I'm still tweaking the deck. I like where it's at, but there's always more tweaks I can do to it. And this is one of the cards I think I might put to 4, but at 3, it's still been really good. It's been really strong for me. Great card. Great card. Standard super combo. Just bottom deck 1, draw 2. I usually like to keep one in my opening hand too, just in case. Because you can mill your super combos, so keep that in mind. Then I do run this Negate Goku. Part of the reason is because they're both 5k powers. I use it for the Union Fusion Gogeta. Alright, sorry, pause there for a second. Then, this card's actually really good. It's good as a 2 of. I'm keeping it as a 2 of. SS3 Son Goku Man on a Mission. Really strong overwhelm card. Double strike crit. That's all it needs. You just push through. I like to throw a super combo behind it if I can, just to make him forced to out combo it. I use my super combos offensively a lot. Sometimes defensively, but often offensively. Card is great. Then I run 2 Kai Negates. Kai Negate has been wonderful in the deck. It comes up a lot. You can catch a lot of the Z Battle cards napping if you play this. You just warp the Z Battle card and it's never coming back because they get removed from the game. Card's really good in here. I think at 2 is good. I might side one more, though. And here he is, Gogeta, our 1 of. The nice part about him being a 1 of still is this can make him essentially more than a 1 of. You just can't, obviously, see more than the 1. So, if you don't see it, is what it is. But if you see it, it's a win more card. Probably deserves to be banned, but as a limit 1, gotta run it. Puts in a lot of pressure. 1 energy, 25k warp battle card. And then I'm teching in 1 Scientist Fu. I've used him to win games before. I've used him just to draw cards. Really good card. It's a little steep to pay 1, but it's what it is. It's easy to get the overwhelm 7, so I'm not too worried about that part. But good card. I don't know. It's a nice tech, but if you want to replace it, feel free. It's a really good card. Then I also 1 of this. I thought about 2-ofing it, or maybe putting it in the side as well. Basically, it gets around the token negates, so if they negate, they can't activate any blockers, or they can't combo from board. So it's nice to be able to just swing around that, swing around it, cool, you can't block, you can't combo from board. That came up recently where they couldn't combo from board, and they felt pretty bad about it. But yeah, just the 1 of right now. Could be a 2 of. Secret rare for me is Pan. Pan just... I've stopped turns with her before for doing her counterattack. I guess it's not negate, but counterattack during the opponent's turn. Or use it offensively, and you're just using her as a 40k beat stick, so you play her for free and then just swing. I've turn 2 killed with her before. It's hard to turn 2 kill, though. Alright. But yeah, Pan, great secret rare. I recommend her. She's replaceable. The new Evil Saiyan could be good for the deck. I actually have to test it, so I don't know. I don't have the new set quite yet, since this is pre-new set. But great secret rare. I recommend it as the secret rare, but you have plenty of choices between all the black secret rares out there. Supreme Kai Time is also great for the deck. Extra cards for Power Burst, self-explanatory. I just do it to stay alive. I have it pop up a lot with the Supreme Kai or my Goku Negate. Sometimes you gotta negate twice. And we have 2 Realm of the Gods Crimson Hero Strike. Often, if I go first, and I just keep this in my starting hand, I run 2. It's great to fuel up for a 6-cost overwhelm the next turn. And when you're milling from the deck, you can actually still trigger these during your opponent's turn. So it's really nice. Also draws you a card. So you get to see 1 more card. It's been great for me. I like it at 2. I actually would keep it in the deck. It's a good card. I've used it during my own turn as well to warp an opponent's battle card greater than their energy cost. It's a good card. Good card. This is one I debated at putting at 3. Support of the Dark Empire. I run it at 2. I sideboard 1 more. I don't have my sideboard out for this video because I'm still tweaking it. It's not perfect. But yeah, at 2, I've seen it a lot. It puts in work. You can mill them, is what it is. That's the risk you take with playing a self-mill deck. But self-explanatory, great card. And then 2 super Kamehamehas. You have to push through the floodgates. You can't get floodgated, or else you're going to lose steam really fast. You could run this at 3. It's really good, and yeah, I've had to use it. I typically don't pay 1 for it. I'm usually taking the life when I'm at 4 less life and doing it for free, and then warping their floodgate. Um, it's strong in some matchups, and other matchups where they don't run floodgates, it's a little iffy because what are you warping? Maybe some threat, but there's a lot of 4 or higher threats now, so this doesn't hit a lot of stuff. But still great card. I run it at 2. You have to. You got to respect the floodgates, or else you're just gonna get clapped. But yeah, that is the full Xeno Goku deck profile. 60 card deck, like I said. Hope you guys did enjoy. The deck is great for me. It's typically killing around turn 3 on average. It just puts in so many swings. I've put in like 7 swings on turn 3. Probably like 6 roughly swings on turn 2. But you got to get your mills perfect for some of the stuff. Like you got to mill this to get an extra attack in, and you have to see your Gogeta to put in other stuff. But deck's still really consistent. I'm actually surprised with how consistent it is. A lot of fun. Hoping you get support soon with Prison Planet stuff coming out, since Xeno Goku actually was a part of that saga. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.